internet. Today I'm going to be sharing my TBR for Feminist Lit February, which is basically also my February TBR. So Feminist Lit February is kind of a reading challenge that's hosted by Jane Lindsay over at It's Jane Lindsay. I'm going to link her announcement video down in the description. It's something that I did last year as well. There's 5 reading challenges and they all just kind of have to do with curating a TBR that is full of feminist, powerful women books. I'm pretty excited about the books on my TBR, so I'm gonna get into what I'm planning on reading. So the first book on my TBR is for the first reading challenge, which is to read a book of feminist fiction, and so for that I'm going to read Moxie by Jennifer Matthew. This is a YA contemporary that came out fairly recently. It's about a girl, I think, who creates a feminist zine in her high school, and it's supposed to be really awesome. I think it's also supposed to take place in like a small town in Texas, which is where I grew up, so I'm hoping that I'm really gonna like this book, and I'm really excited to read it because I've heard that it's really awesome. Next challenge is to read a book of feminist nonfiction, and so for that I've chosen I Am Malala, the girl who stood up for education and was shot by the Taliban. This is Malala's memoir, and this actually I think was on my TBR last year, and it's one of the only books I didn't get to last year. This book is also on my top 10 to read in 2018 list, so I figured now's a great time, you know, to read it, because I've been wanting to read it for a while, and she's such an inspirational woman, and I can't wait to read more about her. The third challenge is to read an own voices book, and so for that I've chosen Saints and Misfits by S.K. Ali. This is another YA contemporary that came out semi-recently, I think within the last half of last year, about a Muslim teen, and I don't know a whole lot about the plot of this one, but I've heard that it's cute, but that it's also very, like, serious. But I've heard good things about it from the other booktubers that have read it. This one hasn't been as popular, but it's one that I've been wanting to read for a while, so I'm excited to get to it. The fourth challenge is to read a book by a black woman or a black person who is non-binary or gender fluid, and so for that I'm going to read Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Dear Ijiwele, or A Feminist Manifesto in 15 Suggestions. This is basically a letter that the author wrote to a friend whenever her friend asked her how she should raise her daughter as a feminist. It's really short. It's one that I've been wanting to read for a while. I love Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's writing, and so I can't wait to get to this one. And also short books are great for, you know, reading challenges and TBRs and stuff, so it worked out perfectly. And then the fifth challenge is what's called the Feminist Freebie. You basically can just read anything that has a feminist plot, that has a feminist main character, where you know the author's feminist, just however you want to interpret it. And so I could not think of a better book for this than to read Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. I mean, not only is Leigh Bardugo a badass in herself and a feminist, but Wonder Woman is kind of perfect for this, I think. This is a YA book about, I think, from what I understand, Diana, when she's still living on the island with the Amazons, kind of as like a teenager, or at least like a young adult. I'm really excited. I've heard that this book's really awesome. It's the first in a new kind of DC Comics series. Each book is about like a different superhero, and this was the first one that they released. And the one that I was most excited about anyway, because I'm not super into superheroes, funny enough, but I love Wonder Woman, and I can't wait to read this. Of course, there will probably be some other books that I read in February. I have several audiobooks on hold with my library, and it's just kind of gonna depend on when those become available as to what I read. But I wanted to go ahead and share my Feminist Lit February TBR because it's basically my February TBR with some added things. We'll see what happens. But let me know down in the comments if you are going to participate in this reading challenge as well. I'm really excited about it, and I will see you guys next time with another video.